A person opens their phone. They check the value of their investment portfolio. They see a small red number. They close the app. An hour later, they open it again. The number is still red. They feel an urge to do something. This happens 3 times a day for a 25-year-old. A 55-year-old checks the same type of portfolio once every 3 months. Both portfolios hold the same index assets. These assets represent shares in productive companies. The companies generate real revenue from real work. Both accounts grow at an average of 7% per year. The 25-year-old believes that checking often prevents losses. This is a common self-justification. Staying informed feels like a protective action.
But looking more often reveals more daily noise. The market moves up and down in short cycles. Seeing every small drop creates a fast reaction. The fast reaction is worry. The slow reflection is knowing that drops are normal. The 25-year-old acts on the fast reaction. A trigger occurs when the portfolio drops by 3% in a day. The action is selling some of the assets to avoid a larger drop. The result is holding cash instead of productive assets. The reinforcement is a temporary feeling of safety. This feeling fades when the assets recover their value the next week. The 25-year-old buys back in at a higher price. This behavior repeats throughout the year. It happens on average of 2.3 times per year. The 55-year-old does not see the daily 3% drops. They only see the 90-day summary.
Over 90 days, the small drops usually smooth out. The 55-year-old sees a green number. They take no action. They keep holding the productive assets. The 25-year-old sells 2.3 times per year. Each sell-off misses an average of 4% of the annual growth. Missing 4% growth 2 times a year reduces the total return. Many people believe that more data leads to better financial decisions. This belief works well in many areas of life. Checking the weather more often helps you dress correctly. Checking a portfolio more often does not help the portfolio grow. The portfolio grows based on the work of the companies inside it. Checking does not change the companies. Checking only changes the person holding the shares. The human brain weighs a loss twice as heavily as a gain. Seeing a small loss 3 times a day feels like a big loss.
Seeing a gain once every 90 days feels like a normal outcome. The 25-year-old experiences hundreds of small loss feelings every year. The 55-year-old experiences 4 neutral or positive feelings every year. The 25-year-old tries to escape the negative feelings. Selling becomes the escape route. This is a short-term solution to a long-term process. The long-term process requires time to let the companies produce value. The 25-year-old starts with $10,000. The 55-year-old starts with $10,000. Both add $500 every month. The base growth is 7% per year. The 55-year-old stays fully invested for the entire 10 years. Their portfolio reaches a measurable total. The 25-year-old trades 2.3 times per year. They sit in cash for short periods. They miss growth during those short periods.
They also pay small transaction fees each time. Over 10 years, the difference becomes visible. The 55-year-old has a final balance of roughly $110,000. The 25-year-old has a final balance of roughly $67,000. The gap between them is $43,000. Both had the same assets. Both had the same income. Both had the same timeline. The only difference was the frequency of checking. More checks led to more triggers.
More triggers led to more actions. More actions led to lower total value. People think they are monitoring their wealth. They are actually monitoring their emotions. Wealth grows in the background, while emotions fluctuate in the foreground. The 25-year-old thought they were protecting their money. They were actually protecting themselves from temporary discomfort. The discomfort is real. Seeing a number drop feels unpleasant. Reacting to that feeling is a natural human habit, but natural habits do not always produce high numbers. The 55-year-old has a different habit loop. The trigger is the calendar reaching 90 days. The action is looking at the total. The result is seeing long-term growth. The reinforcement is continuing the plan. The behavior aligns with the speed of the underlying assets. Companies report earnings every quarter. Checking every quarter matches the actual pace of business. Checking daily matches the pace of market noise. The brain is not built to ignore daily noise. The solution is to remove the noise from view. Reducing screen time changes the numbers over a decade. The 25-year-old can adopt the 55-year-old's pattern. The calendar controls the trigger. The action stops. The portfolio grows uninterrupted. Check the portfolio once per quarter. Long-term wealth is a product of ignored noise.